Okay, I feel so much better. Sorry. Okay, I'm good. Sorry.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Don't need to fix the mic now?
Why?
Because it went down.
How did it go down?
This.
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted it down.
Oh,
Like I wanted it right here.
okay.
You can still hear me, no?
Yeah.
It's
You good?
Yep. We good.
Well, I guess this is how we're going to start.
How?
Like this.
What do you mean?
With you getting ready.
Oh.
But welcome to another episode
Welcome.
to our living room. To an open door to our marriage, our relationship, our life. As much as possible. Today we got a spicy episode.
Spicy.
Not that kind of spicy.
Oh,
Sucios.
I like spicy.
Sucios.
Me too.
That's in another platform. No, it is not. Don't try to look for it, cochinos.
Okay.
We're laughing. You know, people are gonna wonder. Like, they hear spicy. They see a couple of hot women. They're like, I wonder if that's kind of spicy. But no, okay. It's a spicy episode, but not that kind of spicy.
Okay.
That spicy is reserved for me.
Only.
Only for me. Okay. No touchy. No looky.
Okay.
Even though her toes are out and you can see it in the camera. I'm gonna charge for
My
every
toes, you can see them?
your feet.
Where?
I don't know, but they're gonna start looking for them.
I don't think you can see it.
Clickbait. Clickbait. So we're gonna talk about today, babe. It's a spicy topic. It's a very modern topic. I think it's something that is I don't want to say that it's plaguing relationships, but it's definitely something that if you go to couples therapy, I'm sure this is not talked about at all.
You think so?
Because couples therapy, I like to think, is somewhat outdated with modern things.
Hmm.
So y'all must be wondering, what the heck are you talking about, dude? So what are we talking about?
I don't remember. Like I remember, but I don't know how to word it.
So, guys, this is my wife. She has no idea that she's part of a podcast. She's actually been. I gave her the only reason why she's with me is because I gave her a magic potion for her to fall in love with me, and she's just so dumbfounded in love with me that she has no idea what we're doing.
I know what we're doing.
What are we doing?
We're gonna talk about something.
Stuff. We're gonna say words out of our mouths into a microphone for other people to listen to.
It's about here. You're being college moy right now.
Yeah, like do the work. This is a partnership.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're the smart one.
Okay. You're smart too.
We're gonna talk about. I think it was like social media in
Mhm.
relationships.
The effects of social media in relationships because they're heavy, and that's what I mean, that they're not talked about in couples therapy from what I've seen and from what I've heard.
Yeah.
Because once you I don't want to say a lot of it, but most of the time when you go to couples therapy, you talk about feelings, you talk about how are you communicating, you talk about any issues, so on and so forth. but this is one that I haven't heard being talked about amongst couples and communicated.
Mm.
And it's kind of like a dark horse where you don't know the effects of it until like when it's too late, kind of thing.
But do you think that like if it's brought up in therapy, or like I don't know, or maybe not, maybe just like the general of like, oh, like my partner spends too much time on social media.
If it's brought up, I mean, they won't say social media, they'll say on their phone. They'll generalize it. Because you can do a bunch of stuff on your phone. It's playing games, be on social media, whatever. It can even be work stuff. So they just generalize it with you just spend too much time on your phone. Kind of thing. But that's what I mean about it being a dark horse. That because kind of like what we touched on the last episode, that there's so many options that we have to practice discipline
Yeah.
and having someone to keep us accountable. And like we touched on the last episode, that God is that being for us, that North Star to guide us.
Yeah.
To like, hey, even though you have all these fruits, to go ahead and just enjoy and all that stuff, just remember, like, don't indulge. Don't be gluttonous and lustful over all these things. We're laughing.
Just
What?
it's funny.
What's funny?
The word gluttonous.
Gluttonous. Como la canción esa de Eres golosa y glotona. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Sing it.
No.
Go.
Stop.
What?
College Moy.
Yeah, that's the one that attracted you. You're like, oh, dang, I like it. He's bossing me around. So you're blushing right now? No?
Yeah.
So start off, babe. What do you think about social media and how it affects relationships?
Social media. I think it all. Like, I think there is so much out there on social media right now about bad marriages, bad relationships, about loving yourself more, in the sense of like be you and don't change.
Yeah.
Or yeah, like I agree, love yourself first, but then like we talked about, I think in the last episode, was compromise. And I think what social media does is like it prevents someone from growing into something or someone better.
Do you hear that?
That's Penelope.
Be right back.
I don't know. I guess that's something we should check before we start.
For the cats.
Where they are. Just shush her. No, shush her. No, tell her no.
She doesn't want to get shushed. All right. You were saying?
I don't know.
Our kids are not here, but our fur kids are here.
Oh my gosh. It's never ending.
You were saying about dang.
Oh,
What
she
were,
has some toes.
what were you saying?
I was saying that
That there's so many about relationships being bad.
Yeah,
And, all that
and
stuff.
like it kind of stops you from becoming better and becoming better in the sense of like your marriage, your relationship better. Because then you tend to start being a lot more selfish.
Yep.
And it's good to love yourself and self-care and all, but I think that is something that is so big right now that it's kind of overshadowing being more of a partner.
Yeah. It's more individualistic than it is about partnership.
Yeah, like me, I, what I need, what I want,
And
it's not about we.
yeah.
What our relationship needs, what we need.
Yeah. And pointing out what is quote unquote getting in the way of that. Yep. Social media is very selfish. It's very much tailored to the individual. Like that's why they call it algorithms. The algorithms, like we already focus on, like our mind already focuses on what it's focusing on, right? Based on how we grew up, our experiences, so on and so forth. Social media just expands on that like 100-fold with the algorithms. So if you're focusing on like, is my marriage going down or whatever it may be, that's what you're going to look for. That's what social media is going to feed you.
Yeah.
And if that's what you're clicking on, that's what you're watching for, I don't know how many seconds, you're sharing, you're liking, you're commenting on it, that's where you're going to get fed again and again and again and again. Till eventually you're like, I wonder if all of these coming together means something. Does that mean that my marriage is failing? Oh, what do I do, kind of thing.
Yeah, and you allow it to kind of make the decisions for you.
Yeah.
It's like I see it this way. It's like a group of friends, right? And one is struggling with their relationship, and it's asking like the other friends who are either divorced, not in a relationship, or they don't have something healthy, asking them for advice.
Yeah.
And then they can't really give you something good.
Yeah.
All they can say is like their experience, right? And their experience wasn't good, or they don't have one. And now you're listening to a bunch of people who are not able to give you good advice.
They're giving you what you were desiring, but not what you
Yeah.
need.
So it's like,
Yeah, like for example, someone, let's say a woman is struggling with their marriage, right? And they're desiring something from their husband or their marriage itself, and then they see maybe the neighbor or a coworker or someone that they know of, or feel like they can relate to. Maybe it's a divorced mom, maybe it's a divorced whatever single person, and they're living their life on social media, and they're like, I wish I could have that. So they're like brainwashing themselves into, I wish I can have that, but I can because of this stupid idiot over here that I call my husband right now. And that's the way they see it subconsciously. Excuse me. And that thought process, that's a weed that is implanted in their brain, and they don't even know it.
yeah.
And they are watering themselves on and on and on again. And you see it everywhere. Like you see, did we touch upon it in the last podcast? I don't even know. One of the podcasts before, or probably just even us talking.
Like we don't even know the difference between the recording and not recording.
But you see it on TV, like the men are stupid. They're dumb. Like Family Guy. Peter Griffin is the dumbest thing ever. Homer Simpson. And all the shows that we've seen, like they just portray men as stupid. So, and then that feeds into social media, and then that feeds into the culture, society, so on and so forth. So a lot like that is what being that's bleh, sorry. That is what is being fed to both men and women. So the men act stupid. Women see the men acting stupid.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I mean, what do you expect it's going to be the turnout?
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, it's up to you. it's up to you to be influenced by those things or not. Because yes, the phones are there. They can be a good distraction, which is needed at times. However, they're a tool as well. They're a very good tool to help you with your marriage. I know for a fact that we could not have been to have the marriage that we have now if we didn't use the phones as a tool. Because that's how I found out how to be better myself.
Yeah. Yeah, like it all depends on how you use it and what you're looking for.
Yeah. If you're using a hammer to screw in a screw, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think like I mean, I don't know how you feel about what I'm about to say, but or not you, but other people. Like we've been through it.
Yeah.
But recently what I can think of is when I told you like no, like maybe I'll talk about this with somebody else because you can't really help me. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And you're like, no.
Yeah. And go ahead.
No, because I think like your concern was like, well, I don't know that person. I don't know what they're going to tell you, if they're going to feed you negativity or they're going to, you know. And at the moment, I didn't even think about that. I just needed somebody to like be on my side.
You wanted relief.
Yeah, and because at the moment you were not telling me what I wanted to hear.
Yep.
I was like, no, I'm just gonna go talk to somebody else about it.
Yep.
So it's happened to us. Like we're not just talking out of our butt. Like it's happened to us a lot of times, and it happened recently, where I was like, maybe I should go talk to somebody else.
Yeah, and in that moment, because the way that I see how I lead our family and our marriage, it's from a 10,000-foot view. And like, it's one of those things where I have to look at it from a 10,000-foot view, but also like in my own personal POV.
Penelope.
What the say?
Jeez, girl.
All these women just want to be near me.
I think she wants snacks.
Yeah, probably. Or eat. I don't even know.
Do you want me to feed him snacks? Because
No, I think she just wanted to be here. What was I saying? Yeah, but in that moment, it was one of those things where I saw like, okay, I didn't just see what you said. I read through the line as to kind of like the example that you told me I want an acorn. I was like, okay, why kind of thing. Like I didn't just see the acorn. I saw the entire forest. Because what I mean by that is I already saw that you desired someone or something to give you what you want. And in your mind, it was like person, right? But your mind is going to find it however, no matter what. And that could be social media. That could be a person. That could be a woman, right? That could be a therapist, so on and so forth. That could also be some stranger who's, I don't know, giving you what you want in that exact moment. And you get hooked.
Yeah.
And it's not that it was the intention from whoever. There was no ill intention from anybody. It's just something that happens because when you're in your feelings, it's hard to kind of keep yourself in check.
Yeah. And what did I do?
I don't know what to do. I know I just expressed my concern. Like I haven't. If you're gonna be looking for someone, I have no idea what their intentions are. I don't know if it's gonna be someone single that, again, that gives you what you want, right? Because you can have the intention of finding someone who's married, who has a marriage that we desire, and all that stuff. But temptation is strong, and when you're being fed what you want, like if you want chocolate cake and getting chocolate cake, you're gonna want more chocolate cake.
Yeah.
Even if that whoever's feeding you chocolate cake is maybe not the best person. Not knowing that they're secretly poisoning you, even though they don't mean to, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like a lot of people that see you and I on social media and maybe in a sense feel like we're fake or whatever. You're laughing.
So it's just funny to me. I just picture someone literally looking at a clip of us and be like, "These guys are fake."
But in reality, we know we're not, right? But
Yeah.
I think it's because of the whole social media thing that it's like, oh, like,
People are acting. Yeah.
yeah. So, but going back to, okay, that scenario of like, I was like, oh, I need somebody to hear me out. And then you explained to me, okay, like, my concern is this, and that. And I was like, okay, well, I think that how we figured that out was that I told you what I needed in the moment. And you started asking me, like, well, do you want me to hear you out or do you want me to
Fix it for you.
not fix it for me, but like give you advice?
Yeah.
And that's when we started kind of doing that whole thing of like, okay, do you want me to hear you out or do you want my opinion? And that's how that was fixed, where I didn't have to go to anybody.
No.
Like, we talked about it and I was like, this is what I need. And you're like, okay, like, this is what you need from me, then I can give it to you. As in, like, before, it was just like you would just give me your opinion.
Yeah.
And same with me. Like, when you would talk to me about something, I would give you my opinion until that issue happened where we already had a lot more communication and there was a safe space that we already had within us.
Yeah.
That I was like, well, this is what I need and you're not giving it to me. And you didn't get all defensive and you didn't weren't like, oh, well, you go talk to your friend or go talk to your sister about it or your mom or whatever. You're like, okay, like, if you want me to listen, I'll listen.
Yeah.
So then I told you and you listened and it just felt better.
Yeah.
And then once I let it out, I saw, okay, like, you're right.
Because, correct me if I'm wrong, what you're not looking for is someone to agree with you. It's someone to understand you. Because I didn't agree.
Yeah.
I just understood.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, like I wanted somebody to be like, yeah, you're like, you know how like when you have your besties and you're like talking shit.
talking what?
Right? You're like, oh, this and that and that and that and that, right? And they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, like whatever. Start
Yes,
agreeing with
yes,
you and
people.
making it into like this bomb.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I wanted
Yeah.
in the moment. Was that something that I like was good for me? No, but that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
And you weren't giving me that.
Yeah.
Right? So I think like a lot of us women, like when we feel that way and we don't have that friendship with someone that like you do that with, then you go to social media. And you immediately like either like start talking to someone about it or like you see someone's going through the same thing and you're, oh, I'm going through the same thing, and like, you know what I mean? And you start creating those relationships with people who are broken, but they don't know how to fix their brokenness.
And you start comparing.
And you start comparing.
You're seeing what they're doing. Like, oh, he's leaving him. Oh, does that
Yeah,
mean I should leave him?
Exactly.
So on and so forth.
So then it leads you through like down that rabbit hole of like,
Yeah.
okay, now my marriage is screwed.
Yeah.
Right? So like I could have easily done that.
Yeah.
But because we've created that safe space, I was like, you're not giving me what I need.
Yeah.
And then you listened, and then my head was clear.
And yeah, and two things on that. One, that is why it's important to, yes, have your own perspective, but also look at it from a 10,000 foot view, because it changes. Like, zoom out in the map, you see that The world is bigger than what you think. The
Yeah.
situation is bigger than what you think. How you feel right now and the decision you're about to make has a bigger effect than what you think. So that's why you need to, yes, be present in your own point of view, but also, okay, let's look at it from a 10,000-foot view, which is what I do. And I help you do también. That's one. That's for you men. Like, hey, lead your women. Second is what she said about that my concern and telling her kind of like, hey, she's wanting to go talk with somebody else and I'm worried, is not to restrict. Because I hear the women like, oh, does that mean she can't go
Yeah,
talk to
she
who she
can't talk
wants to? Shut up. It's not that. There's no insecurity in that. It's me taking care of and leading my spouse. It's not from any malice. It's not out of control or anything like that. It's me leading my spouse.
Yeah.
It's knowing that like, hey, there's you're in your feelings in that moment, and I can be, because I need to lead you. You need me to be a rock in those moments, and I need to know how to navigate and lead you through those feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's what I did. It's not that I said like, hey, don't go and talk to anybody. I said, these are my concerns about you talking with somebody
Yeah.
or looking for that kind of thing. Because again, yes, you could have had the intention of speaking with somebody else that's a woman who's in a relationship, who's going through those similar struggles. But at the end of the day, it's not our relationship that they're in.
Mm-hmm.
They're in their own relationship. We don't know how their spouse is. We don't know what their family dynamic is, so on and so forth. So there's a huge amount of differences, and focusing on the similarities, and then again, going back to comparing, it can lead to a lot of dangerous places that we don't want to end up.
Yeah.
So it's not like I forced you, like, no, you're not going to talk to anybody. It's like, okay, find someone. Just know that these are my concerns.
Yeah, like you literally did say that. Okay, like that's fine, but this is what concerns me about you talking to somebody else. And it's not like I have like someone that I constantly talk to about things, because that's that's you.
Yeah.
Like about everything. So that, I think, like in a sense I was like, well, I don't know what to do, because this has never happened to me, like where I need someone but you're not being that someone. Until I told you. But that's why I think, just remember that the most important thing is being able to create that space between you guys.
Yeah.
Between
Which
the
is
couple.
earned.
Yeah, like it's not gonna happen right away where you're gonna be able to tell your partner like, hey, well, you're not giving me this.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a lot of work before you're able to do that.
Yeah.
Because like years back, it would have been impossible for us to be like, you know what, like,
I mean, we've been through similar situations before. I know the way it ended before is with you seeing how hurt I was, and then making you realize like, oh crap, maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah. Okay. Like I think like in every relationship there's a person that always gets defensive for everything.
Yeah.
And that was me. I mean, I still do, but now I'm more aware of it. So I try to be like, hey girl, stop it.
Ten nalgadas.
Stop.
Told you it was gonna be spicy.
You said not that kind of spicy.
Have you flashed anybody? You haven't flashed me, so it's not that spicy.
Yeah, you should show my toes.
Hey, keep those under. Those are my toes. Yes, eres golosa.
Anyways, don't start, because then I'm gonna laugh and not be able to finish the sentence. I don't even know what I was talking about, but go ahead.
That you keep yourself in check when you see yourself getting defensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which took you some time to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Some leadership from your husband.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I think like men, it's like how I see men's role in a family now
Mhm.
is so different.
No.
And when I see like videos on social media about like women talking about their men, like, oh, like thanks to my husband, or like my husband's I'm like, yes, like please put that more out there because we need it.
No.
But how I see is, you know how us women or us moms are praised so much because we're moms. Like mom
No.
is the hardest job in the world, right? But now I'm like, well, fathers have a huge thing too. Like I feel like ours is a very physical,
Hmm.
from childbirth to like just being a mom, like constantly running around with the kids and stuff. And fathers is more mental.
Hmm.
Like you guys have to carry a lot. Um and to be able to lead your family, you have to learn a lot.
No.
Like constantly learn how to be better and better and better and better and better.
No.
And that's like, it takes a toll on you guys.
Yeah. It's the way I see it, it's a privilege and a burden at the same time.
Yeah.
But it depends on how you as a man look into it. Because I compare it to like old times where it was villages and there was like a tribal chief and todo eso. That's right. I'm the tribal chief. Put your ones up. Because it's mentally and psychologically kind of gives the same vibe, tying it back to social media. Meaning that back in those days, the men were the hunter gatherers, right? They're the ones that left. That's quote unquote work to go make a living, make sure that there's roof over the heads of the family and the tribe, and beds and clothing and food and all that stuff, right? So they left. So who stayed behind in the village? The women. And what did the women do? Congregate with each other, right? They supported each other, so on and so forth. So it was more physical there. Like for men, it was physical too. However, they were gone. So it was a mental game of, I need to make sure that I'm safe out there in those dangerous places that I'm going to get whatever I'm hunting, right? And not die in the process, and then come back to my family so I can continue to lead them. And then expanding that, like, oh, I'm not just, yes, I'm my primary people that I need to take care of is my family, but there's a tribe looking out to me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I need to make sure that those things are, like the tribe being the village of people that are around you, that are helping you, that are kind of watching the kids for you, so on and so forth. And that's the way I see it. So like with social media, that's the congregation that now, because the congregation is on your phone, you look for it in your phone. However, that congregation is not literally there next to you, kind of thing, living right next to you. You just are familiarizing yourself with it because you're comparing your life to theirs. And you're seeing that their life is maybe a bit better. And then you're trying to figure out, okay, what are they doing so I can live that life? And I think that's what affects a lot of people, whether you're single, married, whatever it may be, but especially the most important, at least for me, and this is our belief, is that marriages are like the backbone of any relationship, the backbone of any successful society. Once those relationships are broken, look at the world today, look at America today. Divorce is up. relationship. That's people that separate one thing.
Yeah.
There's so many other broken relationships that are still together, but they're still broken. So, and then you look around all over the world, depression is high, suicide rates in men are high, so on and so forth. All of that, I believe the nucleus or the kind of like the center point is what happens at home. And what happens at home is between you and your spouse, meaning your relationship. If that's broken, that ripples into other areas of your life that you don't even know of.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like imagine a broken marriage raising a bunch of little broken kids.
Yeah.
And then those broken kids going into a marriage.
Yeah. What?
Like, I just think about, like, all the brokenness everywhere.
And look at it. And I'm afraid to say this,
Don't be afraid. Say it.
but I mean it out of love. There's no judgment when I'm about to say this. And it is personal. And the people that, I'm not going to mention who it is, but if they watch this, they're gonna know who I'm talking about. But my own siblings, we were raised by a broken home. I'm the only one with kids and with a marriage.
Yeah.
Out of 4.
I mean, we were raised by a broken home.
You too.
Yeah, and like,
And also, not. I don't know if you want to bring that up. Your part, but
what?
but your side of the family
What about it?
and how like you compared to the people in your family and how they were raised and how that turned out.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like because of that brokenness, it led, because if it wasn't for you, like, I am pretty sure I would have the same marriage everybody else does in my family, like my siblings, you know.
Settled, struggling.
Yeah, like
Not
not
happy.
something that is fruitful and beautiful and that you're proud of,
Yeah.
right? But because we were raised in a broken marriage home, we saw a bunch of things. It led everybody be like, okay, I don't ever want to get married.
No.
Like, I am the only one that's married.
Yeah.
Through legally and the church. So
Same.
that I think like that's another issue, that we're raising, like, broken or divorces are raising children that is causing them not to want to get married, not to want to have kids.
Yeah. So I was.
Yeah, to be more selfish,
Yep.
to just think about themselves,
No.
right?
And if people are like, you don't know what you're talking about, like, look at the birth rate. Just Google the birth rate. That's 1. Less people are having sex, single or in relationships. Less people are getting married. Less people are getting into relationships, so on and so forth. And it's because, again, going back to the fact that, like, a man and a woman are not raising a family with good values. A good value man and a good value woman are not coming together to grow together, raising children with those same values so that can multiply.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why when people are like, well, you're going to have more kids, like, yeah.
I mean, we can't anymore, but
But, like, going back to what I was saying about the whole, like, you men having, I think, like, one of the hardest jobs. And how you mentioned, like, well, back then men had to leave, right? Like, it was still physical, but in a sense, it was, I feel like it was more mental, and it still is, because yeah, we're with the kids, but we kind of like don't really silence our minds all day long.
yeah,
And when you are out going to work or doing whatever, like you're alone a lot of the time.
Yeah, we have to put our feelings and emotions aside to get the hunt, get the kill kind of thing. Like we're not like, hey, ¿cómo te va con tu esposa kind of thing. Like we have to be quiet.
Yeah.
Why? Because then whatever we're looking to kill for to eat is gonna hear us kind of thing. So I think that was maybe a evolution to survive kind of thing where like, hey man, you be quiet because we need to get the kill.
Mm.
And then it was like, okay, well, I'm gonna be quiet, get the kill, but then I can't. Even afterwards, I still can't express what I was feeling and struggling with because we're celebrating that we got the kill. And then I'm getting to my spouse, and I learned that like, oh, she saw her champion come home with the kill, and she's happy that the kids are able to get fed, that she's able to be fed, that we have food to eat.
Yeah.
And that gives, again, us dopamine. That's what encourages a lot of men to work hard to carry that heavy load mentally and sometimes even physically, because we want to make sure that the woman that we're with is happy, is not missing of anything kind of thing. And if she is, that's another heavy load that we carry on ourselves. Like, okay, how can I fix this? What can I do to make it better? And but yeah, it's again, it's a privilege and a burden sometimes, us men, and it's one of those things where, going back to social media, the main topic of this is a lot of people out there are calling men kings, right? Well, guess what, men? If you want to be a king, that crown is heavy, because that crown is not just to sit there on your head to look pretty. It's a responsibility, and it's a heavy one. You are literally taking care of a kingdom. And I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm saying that like, okay, it's heavy. Okay, learn how to carry
To
it.
prepare you.
Prepare to carry it.
Yeah.
Get strong enough to carry that weight. Because you can.
You should.
Yeah.
Cause I don't.
Because I saw a post today on Facebook diciendo, how come, and I don't know if this is true because I couldn't really relate, but it said, how come men are not as obsessed over women as before kind of thing. And I'm like, I'm obsessed with my women.
Because you're like, I can't relate. And I was like, well, what is it? And then you say that.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with you. You're obsessed with me. Right?
Yeah, like that's so crazy.
So I'm guessing it's people out there dating or even in other marriages where, going back to the social media thing, that what men are looking for in a woman, they can find it like that in social media.
Yeah.
They don't even have to work for it. Yeah. It's easy. That's why you have to practice discipline. It's crazy how many people are digging themselves into a hole and they don't even realize it. And they're smiling the whole way through, thinking that at the bottom of that grave they're digging, there's a big pot of gold or a diamond, when it's only emptiness. And by the time they realize it, it's too late.
Yeah.
Now you have to kind of crawl your way back out, which you can. Pero. And I'm not saying this to say, look at me, I don't have those issues. We have those issues. We also do
Like
scroll.
that's why we're here. Because we've had a lot of issues that you guys have right now. And we just want to share, like, hey, like, you can get past it. You can work on it. It's not like you don't have to give up.
No.
Like, it can be better. You just have to want to be better.
Yeah.
Like, it only takes one of you to want to be better, and then the other one will follow.
Yep. Now, you're looking at all this and hearing all this and like, you're just a bunch of bull. You're like fear-mongering people and all that stuff. Let's go back in history, all right? To the beginning of time. Biblical stuff. Perfect example, of a relationship,
What? Oh.
right? That I don't want to say that didn't work out, but they went through the same struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Adam and Eve. We all know what happened, right?
What
Uh, um,
happened?
Eve got influenced.
Mm.
Emphasis on that word, influenced by an influencer.
What?
The serpent.
Mm-hmm.
What was the serpent saying? Look over here. Look, you can have this too. Look, you can have all that you want, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, they're in the Garden of Eden. They have abundance. But still, the serpent, the influencer, is saying, look at the life that you can have. If I'm able to accomplish it, you can accomplish it too. And what did Eve do? She bit the apple. Right? And she influenced Adam to bite the apple too. So it's been a struggle since the beginning, dude.
Those influencers, guys. Those influencers.
Yeah. So the apple is the social media now.
Yeah. Like, let's think about this. Or you think about it. Not you, but them. Okay? You have a problem. You have an issue. And you are looking for somebody to agree with you. Right? Instead, why don't you go and be like, okay, what kind of relationship does this person have, and is that something that I want? Instead of you being like, oh, I want somebody to agree with me. Forget that. Okay? And be like, okay, what kind of relationship do I really want? And then that's kind of like who you take maybe advice from. A lot of what helped me, it's crazy because you know how like when you read a book or something, or you listen to a podcast, it's like the answer to something you're going through. Like when that happened, where I was like, I'm gonna talk to somebody else. I at that moment I was listening to Bible in a Year, and then it gave me the answer.
What was the answer?
I don't know.
Listen to your husband.
No, it was like I don't know, something about listening to other people that you shouldn't be, or something like that.
Be careful of the people that you let to speak into you, kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of thing. And it was crazy because I was like, oh, like I guess I get it, God. I get it.
If it's not me telling it to you, it's
Yeah, and
Papa
and that
Dios.
happens a lot where like we tell each other something and like it's not until somebody else says it to us that we're like, okay.
No.
And I've kind of had to be like, okay, like start listening to your husband more because
Which is funny because our daughter's going through something similar.
why?
Because coming back from her Bible class, she told me like, how come when you tell me something I don't listen, but when somebody else does, I do? And I remember. And the way that I put it is like, well, mom and dad just plant the seeds, and then the world around you kind of helps water it.
Oh, so when we went to Sam's, she was telling me about it.
Yeah.
And she's like, Daddy told me that you and him plant a seed in my head. And I didn't know what she was talking about. And she's like, and you guys water it, but then other people have to water it too.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, and that's when I told her like, mom and dad are just always gonna plant good seeds. The world out there might want to plant bad seeds, but it's mom and dad's job and your job to know how to get those weeds out
Yeah.
and get them from the root and replace them with good seeds, and so on and so forth. So, yeah.
Well, she actually listens. She told me about it.
Yeah. And it's going back to that situation. Man, I had it and then it kind of going away again.
No. What situation?
Were you wanting to talk to somebody else?
Mm. And it wasn't okay. Like it wasn't like I wanted to talk to another man.
No,
or
we're
whatever.
not gonna open up our marriage.
Oh my gosh,
Get out of here with that crap.
that's ridiculous. It like is just like another woman, another married woman, or it was just like another like I don't really have guy friends anymore.
No.
That like I text or whatever. So it's basically just women. Like it was just that. Like I was just being a brat. Like I just needed somebody to be on my side, and
I didn't call her that. She called herself that. All right.
yeah, he didn't. Like I recognize when I'm being something.
Yeah.
Now.
I'm gonna punish her for it later.
Oh my gosh. You made me mess up my lips. Where's my besitos lipstick?
Tengo tus besitos aquí.
I'm playing with you. Look.
I know, you playing footsies. Cochinos.
You
Watch.
can't see it, right? No.
No.
Oh, a little bit. Look, toes. Sorry.
Editor, cut that out. Or you're fired. Do not show that, because I will know.
It's because you're so warm.
I know. Tienes bien caliente. Again, reason why these pillows are here.
Anyways. So then what?
So yeah, it's just one of those things. It's again, social media is a tool, dependent on how you use it. It's a tool to distract you. Again, distractions are necessary; they're needed from time to time. But you can get lost easily in those distractions and be led into rabbit holes that you don't want to be in. Because it's an issue that we've had since the beginning, literally, of influencers showing us how much better our life can be if we just did this, if we just took this, if we just let go of this, let go of what is quote unquote holding us back.
Yeah.
When in reality, it's like nobody's holding you back. You just need to be held back because now you're going on a fast track of destruction kind of thing, and you have no idea. So do you need to be held back? Yeah. But it has to be you, the one that holds yourself back from going down that path.
Yeah, like every relationship is very different.
Yeah.
Like even though we go through the same struggles, every relationship is different.
Yeah.
And everybody wants something different from it. Right? Like everybody's like we want something different from everybody else.
Yeah.
Even though we could like have same values and whatnot. But what's important is that you start knowing what it is that you want in that relationship together as a couple and work on that.
No.
And stop asking your divorced friends and no relationship friends for advice or their opinion.
Yeah.
Because at the end it doesn't matter because it's your relationship, not theirs. They have nothing to lose. Like they're not going to lose anything from them telling you like, oh, like leave them or whatever.
Yeah.
You have everything to lose. Everything.
Yep.
So stop listening to them.
Yeah.
Or to even just strangers.
Well, be conscious of what you're listening to.
Like if it's not for the better, then
yeah, because it's one of those things where for example, this dude, I'm sure men would know who it is, Andrew Tate. He's a millionaire, whatever kind of thing. And he's talking about all these be of high value man, so on and so forth. And then he also talks about women, relationships, so on and so forth. And I'm like, dude, you're not even married. What the hell? Why are you talking about relationships, about being a high value man and then having a high value woman? You and your brother are not even married. You don't even have kids.
Yeah.
So why are you even opening your mouth talking about something that you have no skin in the game on?
Yeah.
And then all these, forgive my French, but all these dumbass men are listening to them. Ruining their marriages, their relationships. All because this bald billion or millionaire who was actually going through a trial right now because of convictions over assault. And they're listening to that dude.
Yeah.
Influencers are loud, dude. Influencers are loud. Making you easy to turn your head and listen to them. And they can hook you right in.
Yeah.
And if you're not careful and conscious and you don't question and you just take and absorb, you're doomed. Imagine going through the way that I keep myself in check with things that I'm consuming is like going through the grocery store. The grocery store doesn't just have exactly what you need.
Yeah.
They have various options of what you need and want, and more of what you want than need. So, kind of like social media. Think of social media as a grocery store. However, you're going through the aisles, consuming and consuming and consuming. In social media, you're an obese, massive monster because all you're doing is taking in.
Yeah.
And you're not filtering out. You're not disciplining yourself to like, okay, I don't want to listen to this. I'm not interested in this. Okay, this helps me, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to a grocery store, you don't get everything. You get what you need. The foods, the snacks, whatever, even the stuff that you indulge in that is not necessarily healthy, but makes you enjoy life a little bit, kind of thing.
Yeah. And like it, because I think the problem is that a lot of people don't think for themselves.
No.
So, in a sense, they're like, well, I don't know what I need.
They don't even know themselves.
Yeah.
I think that's another topic for a podcast. But that is the biggest lesson that I learned as a man on how to lead your marriage and lead your spouse. Because a lot of men out there are complaining, my wife doesn't understand me. She doesn't get me. Whenever I try to communicate, it leads into an argument. And I was in that position, right? Like you mentioned, you got super defensive, and that came up every single time that I tried to break something up that I was being affected with, and you just didn't want to hear it. So I had to learn. And what I had to learn was, okay, what do I need during these conversations? Who am I as a person? And get to know myself and what I need in those conversations so that I can teach my spouse how to do that for me when I need her to. Because if you're just expecting them to already know what you want, already know what you need, you have that high expectation of that from them, but you don't even know what you want or need, you're asking too much from them.
Yeah. So, like, that's a huge problem. Like, well, I don't know what I need. Well, you know what you want,
Yeah.
right? It's probably not what you want.
Know what you want or know what you need.
No, what you. So what you need is probably not what you want.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Oftentimes.
you know what you want, so it's not that.
Yep.
You need something else, and
Yep.
it's gonna be something good.
Yep.
Because the other thing is gonna take you down the bad path.
Yep.
Because that's what you want. to be selfish.
Well, told you it was gonna be spicy. All the people are like, dang,
Now I'm mad.
dang, dude, you didn't have to.
You just call me dude?
No, I'm talking to the dudes. Like they're like, dang, dude, I just woke up. You're already spitting all these,
I just woke up.
all these harsh truths. Like
I just woke up last episode.
you didn't have to slap me with all this stuff.
Hey, well, it's gonna be done, guys. It's gonna be done.
Again, I don't even know why people don't realize this. Maybe we need to be as loud as that Andrew Tate guy and obnoxious and screaming from the mountaintops. But a man and woman coming together, growing together, is that ripple effect is generational. It impacts countries, societies, cultures, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
But it starts with what happens at home between you and your spouse.
Yep.
And how that is taken care of.
And who you listen to.
Yep. Yeah, think about it. Like the way that I picture our marriage and our family is like I'm the king.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and no, it's not in an egotistical fashion. It's again, the crown is a responsibility. It's not just like,
you always have to say that, huh?
yeah, because people think about it. Like, oh,
let them. Like somebody told me on TikTok, they don't pay your bills, girl.
You don't pay my bills and you won't cry at my funeral, so shut up.
Damn it.
What?
Keep messing up my lipstick.
But yeah, I see myself as a king, right? It's my responsibility to lead my kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And what does the king have to do? Yes, take in opinions from their council. The king's council, take opinions from them. Like, all right, I heard you, I heard you, I heard you, I heard you. What does my kingdom need?
Yeah.
It's up to me at the end of the day kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least I put that burden on me to decide. And sometimes those decisions are tough. With our kids, do I not have to make hard decisions?
Mm-hmm.
Does the papa bear inside of me want to please my kids, make sure that they're not suffering, that they're always happy, always smiling? Yes. Is that what they need? No. Because what I want to raise is future kings and queens.
Yeah.
That can take the throne, build their own villages. Again, take what we have here, let that ripple effect happen with our kids, and so on and so forth. Because the way that I see a lot of relationships now, a lot of the struggles that men are going through mentally and emotionally and psychologically, I don't want that to happen with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
We have both a boy and we have multiple girls. That means either our boy is going to go through that, or our girls are going to have someone in their life who's a man who's going to go through that too.
Yeah.
And what I mean by go through that is what everybody is going through right now. Divorces are going up. Depression is going up, so on and so forth. But it all starts with how you were raised. That's what you go to therapy for.
Mm-hmm.
To unclog all that baggage from your past. What does your past entail? A mom and or a dad or lack thereof of either one. People just fail to see that. I don't know why.
Because they're consuming something different.
Or they just fail to see the importance of it.
Yeah.
And the responsibility behind it. Yes, I get it. It's heavy.
Yeah. Guys, if they're men, this is for the men. If there is something that I've seen my husband constantly do, is...
You. Sorry, go ahead. I know you were being serious. Just have to make them jealous a little bit. Why are you blushing?
Because you make me blush.
Go ahead.
I don't know what
What
else
have
to
you
say.
seen me do?
I've seen you, well, since the beginning of our relationship, like, especially when times were hard, right? Um, where I wasn't the wife that you needed or wanted, you've always, like, looked at yourself first.
No.
And I never did that. Like, I was always like blaming the other person, finding somebody to blame. And I think a lot of people do that. But you were always like, well, if I want this, then what do I need to do? If I want our marriage to be better, then what do I need? If I want our intimacy to be better, then what do I need to do?
No.
It wasn't like, oh, I need you to do this, I need you to do that. It was like, okay, what do I need to do? So you guys, that's where you start. If you don't know where to start to be better and be, the king you want to be, start with you. What do you need to do better?
Nope. Because a lot of men just want the crown right away.
Yeah, like,
no, dude.
just want to take it.
You become as you come as a rookie. You become a warrior, then you can become a hero, and then that hero becomes a king.
Like, don't be the man that wants a sexy queen, beautiful sexy queen, and then you're this fat, horrible looking guy.
Oh God, Lord Almighty, she went there.
I'm just saying, because there's a lot of men that are like, oh, like, my wife doesn't cook for me and she doesn't do this, she doesn't do that.
Meanwhile, they're a slob.
Yeah, like, and what are
Playing
you?
video games all
Are
day.
you like this amazing, incredible?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, if you are, then she's going to be that too.
Yeah, it's when you want a high value marriage, right? That means two people have to be of high value.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean both people come into the relationship high value. However, they give each other the space and the opportunities to become that for each other.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are looking for the right one. They're looking for a Ken and Barbie right out the box, perfect.
Yeah.
That's not how it is. That's not how it is. You build that Barbie. You build that Ken from the ground up together.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it. You have lived separate lives. Your own experiences, his own experiences, so on and so forth. His own baggage, her own baggage, and then all of that comes together, united as one.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This person is not coming to you ready to deal with everything, and this person is not coming to them ready to deal with everything that you have to bring into the relationship. But you need to give each other the space and the opportunities to grow, to be in that environment to grow.
Yeah.
Because that's the biggest thing. Believe me, if I was not in when we started dating, if I had broken up, I have no idea where I would be. I could be one of those people that are lost out there, consumed by social media.
You'd be in dating apps?
Yuck. But yes, probably. I probably would. I don't know. But because I was in an environment where, like, hey, this woman is dependent on me, and we have a young kid who's dependent on me as well, I need to step up.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's why, what's his name? Jordan Peterson. I don't know if he said it or he is just repeating what somebody else said. And I think that's all we do. That's all I'm doing right now. But he basically mentioned that you don't become a man until you know what it is to bear the responsibility of someone looking up to you and being dependent on you. Because now you have to look outside yourself. You cannot be selfish anymore.
Yeah.
And if you are, then that poor thing is doomed along with you.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you saw within me when we started dating. No?
That you were not selfish?
Yeah.
Yeah. Since the beginning.
To where I was like pushing you or our son away. Like, and not like that's not I only want you kind of thing. No?
Yeah.
We're laughing. But yeah,
But yeah.
you have to put yourself in, as a man, you have to put yourself in an environment to grow. And guess what? Social media, sometimes it's not that environment, dude. Again, going back to a grocery thing, there's a produce side and then there's a snack side. Social media, because you're not paying for it necessarily, and because it continues you to feed, it's kind of like having a grocery store with a conveyor belt,
Yeah.
and that reads your mind, and what your mind is thinking. I want snacks. So guess what? You're gonna go through to and focus on, and with the conveyor belt means social media on your phone. It's gonna feed you snacks. And then you're poisoning yourself, and then 20, 30 years down the line, you're wondering, why am I having a heart attack? Why am I getting divorced? Why am I going through all these things?
Mm-hmm.
Again,
Why is life so, like, think about it. You make all these decisions and then you consume all of this bad stuff, and then you make more decisions and then you start wondering, like, well, you start blaming God. Like, why is God
whoever,
doing
yeah.
this to me? Why is this happening to me? Why this, that, why that? But then you don't think about all of those decisions that you made that led you there.
And they're micro decisions.
Yeah. Like
They just accumulate over time.
the little videos that you're watching late at night.
Yep.
And now I don't want to go there, but I'm going to go there. Like the little videos you're watching late at night and then expecting your wife to be something like that and she's not, and now you're like, oh, like I'm not attracted to her anymore, or like she doesn't give me what I need or whatever, right? And now you're blaming her, but it's all your fault because there you are at night watching those little videos that you're not supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those crazy things where how did I have it in my head right now? That just one thought can lead to an action, and that action lead you down a rabbit hole,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Because you don't have the capacity to question yourself a bit. And not in a critical way, but in a curious way.
Yeah.
Because I'm a guy, dude. I've been through those things. I have the same social media apps. Okay. So it's one of those things where I need to have self control.
Mhm.
Right? Kind of like the saying, like, you can look at the menu but not buy whatever. To that, I say, like, why are you looking at the menu if you have already a juicy steak ready for you to eat with all the sides that you want and the drink that you're looking for?
Mhm.
Stop looking at the menu.
And comparing.
My wife is my steak.
Because it happens to us too. Because, like that little funny thing that I did yesterday with the flowers.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I thought about it and I was like, if I were to put this out on social media, like it would be taken as like, oh, like your husband doesn't give you flowers, you have to buy them for yourself and whatnot,
The
right?
weeds.
Yeah. And then it would go into my subconscious mind of like, oh, like,
You question them and you start to
yeah,
believe them.
like, oh, why does my husband not give me flowers? Or like those women that get flowers every month or every week or whatever,
Yeah.
a rose every day or whatnot, right? And it's like, stop.
Shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're doing that to yourself. That's why I didn't like, because you're like, are you recording? Like, no, it was just something like funny.
Yeah.
You told me, I said, do you need me to get you something from the store? And what did you say?
Get yourself flowers.
You said, get yourself flowers.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was at the store, and I tend to not listen to you when you say that. But then I was like, well, he told me to give myself flowers. I want to give flowers.
Yeah.
So the girls were like, okay, what flowers do we like? And then I came. You were out of work, or you were on break or something. And then I gave you the flowers, and then I turned around and I acted surprised. And I was like, instead of looking at it like, oh, like he could have easily went to the store and got me flowers. Like, why did he make me get them? Right? I could have easily put myself through that whole and like, oh, like this and that. But instead, I was like, oh, like he told me to get myself flowers. Right? Like I never listened to him, but I'm gonna listen to him this time. And I am so grateful that I could even get flowers.
Yeah.
And I am so grateful that even though I asked him, what does he want? He wanted to tell me to get something for myself.
Yeah.
That's what I put myself through
Yeah.
instead of this other side. Because then that's why you start comparing your husbands to somebody else's husbands. Like when I've talked to somebody else and they're like, oh, like he doesn't help me do this and he doesn't help me do that. But then they're like, oh, but he does cook. Right? And I've told that person, like, my husband doesn't cook. Does that bother me? No, because he does a bunch of other stuff
No.
that your husband probably doesn't do. But why does that matter?
No.
Like, it shouldn't matter. Like, we're not comparing your husband does more or less. It's like between you guys.
No.
Like,
unfortunately, that's what social media does, though.
yeah, like that's the problem.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, hide those toes.
Oh. Oh, goodness. But yeah, I don't know. I need to sit up.
Now, talking about social media. Oh my God, I can't even believe we have to bring this up, but it's trendy. So
What
let's
are
talk
we
about
bringing
it.
up?
Something so stupid about social media. I'm sorry, editor, that was pretty low. The whole thing about soft launching your relationship on social media.
That's
God
a
almighty,
thing?
That's a new thing.
You
It's a new
guys.
thing.
Stop it.
So for you guys who don't know, for anyone who's listening who doesn't know what soft launching your relationship on social media is you have your social media, right? You have either, I don't know if you have multiple thousands of followers or your family just follows you kind of thing. But you kind of give a hint that you're dating somebody by either posting a picture of the person, posting a picture of you going on a date, posting a picture of maybe holding hands and just the hands showing kind of thing. And then that you're posting it out there thinking like, oh, I'm being cute, right? With the intention of I'm being cute. I want to let people know that, hey, I'm dating somebody. And guess what? The leeches come out.
Mm-hmm.
Or some say, congratulations, oh, that's cute, blah, blah, blah. But within that, guess what people pay attention to? The negative stuff right away.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's why the news is popular, because all they spew is negative. Negative, negative, negative. And they'd feed into our survival instinct of, okay, what do I need to survive today kind of thing. So even though, yes, you may have so much positive, the negative, if you allow it, can consume it right away.
Yeah.
And what do you see in the negative? Oh, your views are down. Oh, not many people are engaging with your post. Oh, now they see that you're with a guy. All these guys that used to like your pictures are gone. Your engagement is down. You're not getting all those likes. You're not getting all those comments like, oh, you look cute today, whatever kind of thing. And that feeds into how you feel about you. And then what do you look up to? Like, oh, it started when this person came into my life and I posted them. And because of that, because you feel like you're losing your community online, you decide like, maybe it's not a good fit.
It's ridiculous.
My audience did not accept you.
Oh, goodness. Who's doing that?
Influencers. And we were discussing it before we recorded. And that if we were ever in that situation, thank God we're married, first off. But if I was ever in that situation, or let's say that's how we started, that you were an influencer and then you started dating.
I don't think I could ever be an influencer.
But let's say you were in this example. And then you soft launched me. You post a picture of us holding hands. And now your engagement went down. Like the men who used to comment on your post don't comment anymore. You don't get as much DMs. You're not getting as much attention as how you were used to before. And then that influences you to end the relationship. That would piss me off so much. Because you're risking a great relationship over what everybody else is telling you.
Yeah, that's really stupid.
But people are doing it. It's dumb.
It's so dumb.
Now, I get you, like, because the way that I compare it to is when I brought you home to meet my mom. We were not even dating. I hadn't even asked. I mean, we were seeing each other, but you were not my girlfriend. We were just seeing each other. And I went right away to take it to my mom. She was my social media. She was my audience.
You didn't even listen to her.
No. Exactly. The woman who had the most influence in my life up to that point, I didn't even listen to.
Yeah.
And you met my sister, you met my family, and so on and so forth. Like literally, the people who have the most influence in my life at that point, I didn't even listen to them.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I mean, again, for the ones that don't know, when I was 19, she was 6 years older than me, and already had a kid, had her own apartment, car, all that stuff. So guess what? Everybody else told me and told you.
Me especially.
Like, what does he have to offer? So on and so forth. Like, she's not gonna go for it, dude. Like, so on and so forth. She's not gonna like you. Blah blah blah. It's not gonna last. Look at us now. That's right. Shut the fuck up.
And I mean, I think
Sit down.
Even after being married, babe, because it's been hard. Like it's been hard, and people. If I was one of those that like would talk to people about my relationship, they would have probably been like, "Oh, like why are you struggling? Like why are you, you know, what I mean?" And we could have literally been divorced already.
Yep.
But like I see it all the time. If we were the couple that, or not the couple, but like let's say that on our social media we started sharing like tomorrow, like oh, my husband doesn't do this, or like negative stuff about our relationship, we would get so many comments, so many likes.
You would get more DMs. You would.
So many comments, so many likes. But when we talk about being strong, being together,
Uncomfortable stuff. Yeah.
then nobody likes it. Nobody comments.
No.
Nobody cares. And that is like a big thing that I've put within myself, that when I'm on social media and I see that stuff, I love it.
No.
I'm like, yes, 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 because I want that to be pushed out. I want people to see that. More people to like it.
No.
Instead of all the negative things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I'm single. Oh, girls' night. Oh. Like, oh, I'm on a date. Yes. Go on a date. Oh, we're having a baby. Yes, have a baby.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm becoming a stay-at-home mom. Heck yes. I'm gonna homeschool. I don't get DMs.
Not right now, because like
People still.
what I mean by DMs is guys DMing you like, oh, I'll be your shoulder to cry on kind of thing.
No, guys still DM me.
Yeah, but you ignore them.
Yeah, like I block people.
Yeah. Though the serpents are gonna still want to come in and do what they want to do, but again, it's us who have to have that
Self-discipline.
Yep.
Like, when it's not okay.
Yep. Because even when you're hungry and juicy steak is being like waddled within your head, but you need to be fasting. You need to have that self-discipline.
Mm-hmm. Man, this one was spicy. Now I'm hungry and I want some steak.
Hey, that's me.
My mouth's just watering.
Oh, snap. I'm a meaty boy.
Stop it, babe. My cheeks hurt.
So yeah, we share all of this so that you can have the relationship that we have, if not even better.
Mm-hmm.
But we earned this relationship through and through, and we continue to earn it. Again, that crown of a king, you earn it daily, and it is heavy. Sometimes you need to put it down to rest, but you need to pick it back up, put it on your head, and continue going. Same thing for women. That crown of queen, it is earned.
Mm-hmm.
It is earned. You can act like a princess all you want, but you will never be treated like a queen if you continue that way.
Dang, girl.
Do you want to repeat it?
No. I don't know what you said.
Why are you saying
I know what you said, but I don't know exactly how to repeat it.
That for the women, you can continue acting like a princess, but if you continue acting like one, you will never be treated like a queen.
What he said. Stop acting like a princess if you want to be a queen. A queen.
Yeah.
Simpler. You gotta say it simpler to me. Simple words.
Yeah, but the way I said it is like...
I know. That's why I say dang.
I hit them in the gut.
But I'm very simple. Just I never know what to say.
But how does it make you feel, you as a woman, representing women, me saying that? Because like the feminists out there, like,
Get out of here. Stop pretending to be feminist.
they can be loud. They're like the Andrew Tate version of the man. God almighty. We might get canceled. No one can cancel us except for the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I like our friend Michael said, the haters are the ones that will watch the 2-hour episode.
Yeah. Hi, haters. But I guess we can end it there, no? With that deep mic drop kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Cute. All right. Well, kings earned that crown. Queens earn it too. It's a heavy
Together.
Forever. We'll see you all in the next episode.
Bye.